Yeah man. Nangu Mthembu la ungihlasele. Yeah. Mthembu.
Abba.
Mthembu.
Samanzi.
Yeah. Le insizwa lezi. Kunye. Kubili. Kuthathu. Tiye. Pedi. Tharu. You're speaking about the triplicity of what we know as Untu, which gives us Umuntu, which goes with Buntu, Bantu, Sintu. And then we have Into, which is the thingness of the atom. Ubu is the being.
The consciousness.
The consciousness
Into
of the atom.
has no consciousness.
The into is the... It is the ntu in its unconsciousness. Untu ongeko awake, but unconscious, because the object is conscious of itself being the object. Otherwise, its molecules and particles would... Kumbule, nothing, science has proven this. Nothing is really physical in this world. Everything is held together by memory.
This thing.
Consciousness. So for this glass to remain in this shape, it, not you, it needs to keep the memory of it being a glass. That is consciousness.
Definitely. Yes. Yes.
Because somebody shaped it, now it needs to remember
the rules.
The rules.
Yeah, yonke into nama rules. A dog cannot wake up because keep the cat. Cannot. There are rules. Remember the rules.
Now, there is the thingness of this Ntu. We are the beingness of this Ntu. And then kube kona the third triplicity, the Ka Ntu, which is the unity of yonke lento. How does the being and the thing come together to become something else?
Well, Abba, understand why I'm going back to numeracy again. Remember the first order is self-actualization. And then the order is 2. It was 6. It's not only about you, umuntu ngabantu. Now it's the group. Yeah, understand actualization. So umuntu can never be an individual. As long as you are not an individual, you can never. It's impossible.
In fact, I have a breakdown of the word individual that I like to use.
Yeah.
To show what you are saying. It's impossible to be an individual in the sense that we understand it. But if we look at it from the perspective, Yoguti, it is an indivisible duality. It's many things that cannot be divided.
They are one.
They are one.
Confirming your knowledge.
You cannot be alone.
You are connected and it's one. Vowel issue. You are one with the inside and the out. So after the order you was 2, if you are with 6, we order is 3. It's gonna go 9 now. That has to do now. You are connected. You can never be an as pile moyeni, unfortunately.
Ay mama wena ngizokushaya. Sifugileza.
Nje.
Oh,
ready.
Nawu umuntu uzokushaya madoda ye.
Abba.
Wemthembu uvulela imfene zami lapha.
Amazise.
Mntaka baba.
sport.
The first triplicity has to do with self and self-actualization. Kunye, kubili, kuthathu.
Yes.
The second triplicity, you said, has to do with the collective.
Yes.
Ukuthi awukwazi ukuma wedwa. We mawedwa embuzweni ngelinye ilanga uzowuphendula. Wazimele uyi-one. One day you'll have to answer for that. All right. So now the second triplicity is community.
Community, definitely.
The third triplicity now is beyond community, is beyond self. It's the greater world at large.
At large. Your environment. That's why we are products of the environment.
Asingene. Kunye, kubili, kuthathu, kulandelana.
Kune. But before sifika kune. Ngifuna ukulinka once again self-actualization to umuntu, ubuntu, nesintu. What do we mean by those things?
Okay.
The first one, umuntu, basically means the embodiment of the spirit. This thing. You understand? On its own, without consciousness, without nothing. Though it is conscious. We cannot separate it from a consciousness.
Nangumuntu.
Yeah.
Who carries the water inside?
Yes.
Umuntu lo.
Umuntu.
The glass with the water inside. Umuntu.
Yeah.
It's the physical body with the spirit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ngaphandle kwespirit uphenduka into. Isidu akusaso umuntu. Iphumile lento le conscious.
The being of the Ntu is gone. The thingness of the Ntu remains.
It remains.
Okay.
And then,
which eventually will go back into the environment, the greater world.
It has to. And so, umuntu ke lo. Bese ke, you remember what is it? Kuba ne inner ne outer ne result.
Okay.
So, untu, the inner, the God in you, the great I am.
Is the Ntu.
Bese ke siya ku layers 2. Layers 2 kuba ubuntu. Ubuntu kena is what we call, yabona sihlala sitshelwa ngama-civilizations, the great civilizations of what. Imagine, but we were civilized because we built cities. How does it make you civil? Now understand, that's why labantu abathi ba civilized. That's why till today they're fighting. Yes, Russia and Ukraine, civilizegi. You understand? Because of the lack of the understanding what is civilization. Tinage, mawuqala nje mangaphuma manje aba topistina, ushayinje.
Yeah.
You are not civilized.
Okay.
You are not civilized.
Image, nguzwa kahle. Civilization on one side of the spectrum is things that you can build and see. Cities, bridges, definitely. Towers, castles, cars, phones, furniture, and. That's civilization. Hence, kune course kuthiwa civil engineering.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yes. So they are the engineers of civilization.
Yes.
All right. And then on the other end of the spectrum, civilization is humanity.
Ziyafana Abba. Because in order to bring minds together, to agree, we're going to build this town in this way. You need lento lena. The Bible talks about my Genesis. Is what the word was God and it was with God. Because that means it's telling you about structurizing thought. You understand? Because there's nothing you can create without structure. You understand? So when you're talking about people who came together under a structure, under a order, they are able to work together. But you cannot just do that. You need the word, you understand, so that you can convey the message. Interestingly enough, ukuletha is to convey. Don't we use letters to convey message?
Emachola phumeti longweni yo aw Mawuthatha wena
kancane apha
uthi letter it is to convey
yes.
And we use letters to convey no ufuna uthi isishangane ishilungu
kahle ithathwe lakithi
pen usitwile papane
salute to that man I love him
Goldie Bone
I'm not black I'm gold
yeah I'm not black I'm gold
yes salute
tatane uzwile uthi shangane ishilungu
interestingly enough ukunemba what does it mean precision what are numbers all about precision number sitshontshelwe izinto zethu on top of that mawumesa on top of that if you are not accurate you are gauging ugeja you understand sithathelwe izinto la owezethu zibuya ngenye indlela esingayi-understand yabona
uthi ndoda
injalo apha
if you're not accurate uyageja you are gauging
yes
you are not sure ngalento yenzayo
not sure siphuma la labantu bathatheki it's either sibafundisile noma bathathe kithi ngokutshontsha ngokubulala nangezinye izinto
ngiyavumela mawuthi baloko batshontsha ngilalela batshontsha ngiyavuma ngisakuvumela ngifuna ube free ngizokuhlaba kodwa ngomkhondo
hayi how will con
Thembi how lensizwa uyazi umkhonto omxhosa wena
hayi
lalela ke mntaka baba I love the way your mind works
sibonga
so much so that I can see that I saw the scene I see the scene
ngibona
umbono I see the scene and this is what I envision personally, I don't believe they stole. And this is my reason why I don't believe they stole. They have brains.
Yes.
They have cognition. They have frontal lobes, occipital lobes, cerebral hemispheres, exactly like we do. To say they stole, I believe is a bit arrogant on our side. It's a bit pompous. It's a bit reverse racism on our side. Rather, we say they thought, we thought, and we exchanged knowledge. Because here's the thing. You must remember, it's only a recent thing in history where Africa exists. Europe exists.
Definitely.
Asia exists. It's a recent in history, you know. Before that, people were people. Umhlaba begu umhlaba. This is why Tina said umhlaba wonke jigelele. So now, are you trying to say among Nguni mabetu umhlaba wonke jigelele bashuguti from the Indian Ocean to the river Tugela to the river Mzimkhulu to the river Mzimnyati only? No. Mabathi umhlaba wonke jigelele basho ukuthi umhlaba wonke jigelele, because now there is no different name for Europe. Umhlaba is not only KwaZulu or South Africa.
Kodwa kuchaza ukuthini ukuthi umhlaba lelo gama
sizofika lapho sisoza lapho. But what I'm trying to say now is that umhlaba is not specific to a geographic location. Is this plane? You understand? So to say they stole, I don't really agree with that. But to say we exchanged knowledge sounds a bit better. Because now, if to say they stole our language, Our language is spoken. It's not a physical thing. They cannot steal it. Babaleke nayo. If they had stolen our language, we should not have forgotten it.
I like leyo point Abba. Isifikisa kuyo le AS3. iSintu. Yini iSintu?
Before sifika lapho ngifuna ukuvumelana nawe back to. Uphikisile.
Okay.
Kodwa ngifuna ukuvumelana nawe futhi.
Okay.
Mina ngineBhayibheli ngithi ungitshelile. Mntaka baba. Umuntu is the being of that which is within, being the spirit that is you. That's why when you do good, kuthiwa unobuntu, because you are expressing that higher civilization.
Njengoba nihlale nisho, you've got a lower nature. You can express it. Nothing stops you.
It's up to you.
It's up to you. You are not civilized. Ubuntu nje kuphela kubcivilizayo. However, ubuntu buthola kanjani? Because it's not something you can just pick up. You understand?
Nkosi yamakhosi. Ubuntu akusinto oyipika. This is why a child that is born is not guaranteed ubuntu.
No, not at all. Not at all.
This is why sithi yingane asazi kuyoba yini ngaye yingane kungane kunje.
Kubonakala phambili.
Akanabuntu.
Yes.
Abanye bathi umuntu ana. Akakabi umuntu mhlawumbi angafika mhlawumbi angangafiki. Ngwana.
Hence, in our societies, besinama ikolo lezi ezibizwa ama-mountain schools, initiation schools and all these things. Bekuyenye indlela besides ukufunda endlini. Yenye indlela yokuscivilize now, not ngemithetho yasekhaya, kodwa imithetho ye-society. Remember, you are part of the whole.
This is the next triplicity now, the community.
The community. So, in order to get there, you have to be taught. And this is where iSintu comes in. Now, people explaining that iSintu, but hey, explain iSintu is simple. It's got nothing to do with spirituality at all. It's all about physical acts that civilize the mind so that it can connect to the higher self, the spirit.
Manje African spirituality,
it doesn't exist. It cannot exist. How does it exist? Because ubuntu lobo uyafundiswa usawubulisa masibulisa sithi sanibonane or sisawubona umphefumulo wakho ngaphakathi, which shows you are a civilized person. You are not only seeing the outer form, but you are aware ukuthi lento le ngaphakathi kwakho is also in that person. You get taught lento asinto idobhayo noma kuphi iSintu.
Ngizokushaya umlomo. Yazi ngizokushaya umlomo.
Abba. Zolimala.
Lensizwe inezibindi la onasibindi.
Hey.
Lensizwe inezibindi. Uthi ngizolimala olisaba izulu.
Ngithe zami zinenkani. Azange ngisho. Ngiyazibonela.
Hayi ngiyazibona. Webafo uthi kwenze njani? Uthi no such thing, but iSintu is practical application of civilized notions that come from the spirit.
Nje. And the reason for that, Abba, njengoba
yazi ungikhalelisa ukukhuluma isigibhiti.
Khuluma Abba.
Uma ngathi ngakhuluma isigibhiti ke manje ngibe ukhemetha uqobo lwakhe. Uthi kwenze njani? Unrapta uwa unetu.
Iyasithuka phela manje.
It means the words that come from the source of life are true within themselves.
They are. It's the only truth that exists. And what we are trying is to remember, we are civilizing ourselves so that we can get to the higher self. We are trying to get to the truth. Because lento lena, there's 3 spheres of a human being. There's this lower part of ourselves. It's very strong. Yes, don't. And the only way you can get over it and move above it, you have to attempt through practice practice. So iSintu is all about practice. So what we find with iSintu, we find our laws. There's law. We say, this thing which we have been given, this Roman Dutch system, as if we never had laws. We have laws. And the things that I can prove, which the laws that you find in the Bible, they're based on our laws with iSintu. You understand?
Colonizer.
It's fine, but njengoba ngisho ukuthi khona izinto abazithathe kithi, but sazoyikhuluma leyo ngesinye isikhathi.
You cannot but love the Bible.
It's a beautiful book if you know how to read it. If you know how to read
and
it.
If you
otherwise,
can't read it,
you'll think you know something.
No, let's make it date lang on November. As senze nje meetings washes.
Ngangifaka kuleso. Angishisi lutho mina. These things are about expression. They are art. It's civilization. Guys, I know you might disagree now.
Why don't you
art. Mina, I heard Tau, salute Tau. I love that man.
My teacher.
Ngiyamuzwa mawakhuluma ngama African traditional religions, but mina let's twist it around. It's African religious traditions. It gives you an acronym art, and this is how we express ourselves through art as abantu abamnyama. That's our religion. Because what do we mean by religion? Practice, and it's an everyday practice, so that you don't forget. And what has happened, Guti, because we are not practicing anymore. That's why we've forgotten. We've forgotten all these things. We've adopted these into abanye abantu.
Religious traditions.
Art. And everything obonayo yethu, it's art.
Artist bagwethu.
Yimloyo, artist. And you see this in things like Magyolocholo. It's not a transaction and no, we make it interesting. It's art. It must be beautiful. It's art. It's an expression of our beauty. It's art. And that's why you see in this day and age, AbaNtu who seem to be getting these messages from spirit. Most of them are artists, poets, musicians, because that's the best way to express yourself. There's no better express, the highest expression of anything. Art. Those Heru and all that, they are expressions of art. Expressions of art. Pyramids, expressions of the higher thoughts. You understand? iSintu. And I'm going to just check iSintu. iSintu. Mangithi kuwe njengoba ukuchazile ngendaba yempepho. Impepho for me, my understanding is nothing else but antibacteriality, what thing, and you know, clear umoya ukuthi ukwazi ukuconnecta ne-energy around wena. You understand? It's nothing. I don't understand. Now, yabona kufana nezinto amakhandlela. Yes, color is important only if it is non-artificial. Candles are artificial. It's an artificial color. Iyenzani an artificial color? Angibazi ukuthi ngoba
yangibulala intombi yami
indawo.
Okay, khuluma kulalele ndoda.
I don't yabona when
unpopular wena.
Unpopular opinion. And injalo sibheke namaqiniso bafethu.
Ubhala sengane ekuseni ndoda.
Sikhulume namaqiniso bafethu because iyasilahla lento, iyasilahla. I-artificial color really ayina, because it needs to connect with natural frequencies. But this thing is artificial. I understand Masukuluma, which is how I think our ancestors knew a lot about medicine. They understood color. Color is a frequency, and they numeracy. You understand? So I even have a chart. You can actually get 10 colors. Not lento lena sifundiswe esikolweni ukuthi there's 7 colors and 7 chakras and so no. These 10 colors coincide with the 10 holes. Not only 9, 10. You understand? With the 10 numbers. And right now, the 9 is the highest. Ushumi. Ishu. Out.
Okay.
Me.
All right.
It's tying in. Njengoba na isilungu masithi 10. Tie in 10.
Esishumini kula unoqhineka. Kumele udle ama laxative.
Yebo.
Okay.
Shumekile.
Ngoba kushumeki.
Yeah.
Hey.
Ishumi. Tie in 10. Tie in. That's what it means. So when I tell what it means 0, but we know from a science it confirms that there is no absolute 0 because the hermetic principle is that everything is always vibrating. There can
Nothing
never
is
be
ever
an absolute
still.
0. So 0 simthataphi. 0 qhamukapi. Because it's just a tie in. And then I don't know if you'd like me to mention the sequence.
I asked Twasis.
No.
To know the sequence, I Bukani ni palele unpopular opinion ama email ni buke. Yeah, usbachacha mali na utiam.
Sokhuluma.
Sokhuluma ne.
Sotshelwa umoya.
Yeah, sotshelwa umoya. Right. Yeah. Yeah, emoyeni. Ibize emoyeni.
Ibize emoyeni.
Wemfaka baba.
Abba.
Indaba wena yazi uyangijulukisa.
Shafana.
Uyangijulukisa.
Dala ungijulukisa ke wena.
Oh, mlande mathupha ke
manje. Angeke. Njengoba nje ukuthi uyabona ukuthi ngiqinile ngize njena.
Yeah. Ufuna ukuhlula ku stage sami yadlala ke. Othi ngikutshele ngeconcept ongakazi wayicabanga.
Yesanayo.
Yazi mongathatha ushukela. Ne? Ubeke phezulu kotswayi. Bese uthele ngechilisi. Hey. Awukazi wayicabanga leyo.
Cabanga leyo combination.
Awukazi wayicabanga leyo.
For in.
Awukazi wayicabanga.
Kuyithi intention kuzobe kuyini.
The intention
always have intention.
Is alchemical transformation.
Which doesn't work in
to take that which is tasteless and give it taste. Abantu bacabanga ukuthi imagic. uDavid Copperfield, uDavid Blaine, ukunyamalaliswa indlovu ezikhwameni, ukungena uphume ngamabonda. What you are talking to me about now, manguzwa, is the application of knowledge that results in what people call magical results. Cause, effect, and the synthesis of both, which is result.
Yes.
The first triplicity of umuntu. Self-awareness. Your cause was your father. Your effect was the womb of your mother. And the result of that was la madleba kwa makulu.
Oh, wow. Azi ngikhule bangibiza umadlebe bengalithandi lelo gama. But manje I understand. Iyangibhalansa lento ngenye indlela. And I love it.
Now, umadleba akho kumele aphume ekhaya. As an individual, into a group to create a community.
Amanamba khona ahamba almost just like that because masiqeda ukusuka la ku3 sisiya ku4. By the way, bona bana meaning ke it's only the tie in mangwa check 1 2 3 4 ukuthi kusho ukuthini akuna meaning.
I've tried.
Akuna meaning.
They have meaning in terms of what they mean, but etymologically
no. So emakhosi so masifika la ku4 sithola le instruction ephuma eBhayibhelini ethi you must something about going out and multiply
and fill the earth.
Mawubheka icellular mitosis, that's exactly what it does.
Kwenile. There's utshani bukhule. Kwenile.
Naba lo ne le
uzalwa ubani wena
andizilibalanga.
So ukuphuma kwami ngingedwa ekhaya kumele manje ngiyokwena.
Yes, instruction in the Bible ethi go out and multiply. Go and multiply.
Because you were formed in the garden.
Yes.
In secret. Mndeni. Why kuthiwa umndeni?
Now you're not.
Mude umlando wala ekhaya.
Le udebide. Sifuna ukuthi uyele.
Sifuna manje na uyonaba. Uyele mndeni.
Ngiyabona.
Hayi imndeni le yaseSoweto le. Kodwa emndeni. Oh, emndeni. Sijike, sajika. Emndeni. Sijike, sajika. Basho bazwe, ayi Nkosi yabona uyangilimaza wena. Ungivusela usinga.
Makuvuka.
Yalazi usinga.
Cha.
Bathabelungu adrenaline, fight or flight. You know?
Yes.
Kuvuka usinga emabuthweni makuwe empini. Siyahuba siyagida sivusa usinga. Why singa? Singayonqoba la siyakhona. Singa, it's our intention. Ungivusela usinga wena uyangilimaza.
Singatha.
Umathemamba welakhe. Umntanami upoison uchef lokubulala abathakathi killer come to resurrection. Beka. Yazi ulakhi uthatha igama. Athi we baba, yabona leli gama le. Ifuna sililalele kahle. Usho ukuthini kule gama? Ume. Usho ukuthini kule gama? Uki. Uthini momamela ukugqu. Uthini momlalele? Hey. Wena tsheni boya bengiyathi yafuneka la insizwa kini. Mntaka baba.
Abba.
Hamba ke uyokwena.
Yes. Le.
Angizokubamba ke manje. Hlanu.
Aw. Lula kabi.
Stop nonsense.
Yabona asiqalele sakhuluma ngontu. Untu is a falling particle, and I said falling precisely because lento sibiza umhla ba. Usho ukuthini? Something came down.
Le interview madoda.
It came down. And in my own analysis, lento lena, what's his name? Stephen Hawking, zakhuluma ngayo athi ama black hole. It swallows you in. Once you go into a black hole, you can never come out. It looks to me like here in school. Yes, that means there are other black holes. It tells you there might be other worlds that are there, but we cannot confirm for sure. But one thing that we know with everything is constantly falling. Everything is yes. And everything will always fall. Hence, we now and as you're always trying to reach your higher consciousness because naturally everything falls. Everything. And what I like about umhlaba, Mali explain, it didn't just drop lento lena without an intention. Because about umhlaba. But umhlaba, njengoba ubaba, uma uyakuletha ngithi ma uyakuletha uba uyakubamba. Mawulethwa la emhlabeni. So umhlaba ubanjiwe. There's something sacred that's holding earth. It's not just in general force that fell with no purpose. There's a purpose to it. Yes. Umhlaba. Yabona.
Namhlayo zeningembele duze. Uthini indoda? Uthi umhla yehla.
Yes.
Yabanjwa.
Yes.
Mhlaba.
Otherwise
beyizoba umhlaba.
Ayina control, ayina order, ayina next. Energy njena uncontrollable. So that's what's interesting man.
Wena ufuna ukuphikisa iscience indoda.
Because izinto esifundiswa zona esikolweni.
Bakwethu abakwazi ukuvusa abafila anivuse nabo Einstein nabo Newton. Na insizwa yabathembu yangibhedela.
They were wrong. And I can, well, maybe not wrong, different perspectives of looking at things. They
were about to get the truth. And here's the thing about us Africans. We tend to think that, and I say, Christianity is the worst thing that happened to us Africans.
I agree.
And the reason why I say this is because Christianity was the worst thing that happened to Europe first.
People don't know that history and they don't want to follow it. They want to turn a blind eye.
Disrupted the progress of Europe first.
Through the Roman Catholic Church.
Now,
instigate.
This is the problem now. They call themselves Christian apologetics or a Christian apologists or whatever.
Yes.
Here's the thing. These people do not identify themselves as Roman Catholics. They profess to be against the Catholic Church, but they are apologetics for Christianity. And Christianity, whether ungadli chili sebabayo or udli jalapeno, Christianity is a Roman Catholic thing.
Follow the history.
All forms of Christianity.
Follow the history. Don't take
Roman
it from
Catholic.
us.
No. I always say this. Don't believe me.
Don't believe. Follow the history.
Christianity is a Roman Catholic phenomena. And now to say it, no, but the Romans did it wrong. We are doing it right. Instead, by the grace of God, that God wanted the whole world to know his... Yeah, man.
Let me ask you
the Roman Pope gave you Sunday to go to church.
You know? Something that has never existed.
The Bible itself says he will seek to change times and seasons. The Pope added an extra day in a week.
Going again to order. 7 is not an order. How can it be an order? 7, it needs to be 6. 6 is an order.
6 is an order.
7
because here's the 6 now. It's coming back to Lentosi show. 4, 5,
6.
Ukwehla.
So isihlanu.
Siselapho.
Yeah, saselapho. So isihlanu, you remember ukuthi maqeda masiqeda expanda ku4 masithi ku4. So kumele sihlale phansi. You understand? Understand ukuthi njengoba sanda manje isizwe siyanda.
Okay.
And isizwe masingana order.
Okay.
Yokwanda. Yaliwa kuba nezipi. You understand?
Okay.
The only way to fix that kumele sihlale phansi. And then sibe nale imithetho. So u5 kahle kahle mawuthi uyachecka, it is a number of laws. Njengoba sisho ukuthi a is laws. Nase states, if you know, amaphoyisa bawabiza the law, the 5-0. It tells you which is the number of law. So we need to sit down and come up with laws for a society. You understand? So that's why 5, mawufunda neBhayibheli anytime. In fact, my 10 commandments, from what I've been told, it's 5. They're supposed to be read like this. Yeah. You know,
not
this one is because Jesu or the just in the history, it's all about parables. One must confirm the other. Yeah. Otherwise, it's not a truth. Yeah. And interestingly enough, parable, when one means wide. Parallel. And the I check wideness. So these are our words, you understand? We are confirming one side with the other. So my 10 commandments, that's how they were written. So sicabanga ukuthi imithetho lena nemithetho sizosebenza kanjani. Mase sitholile ke lento le senzani isithupha lana njengoba ngithi uthathu sesiku2 pha sikhipa lento le esesahlala ngayo sayidiscuss siyayikhipha an expression of civilization yethu mase sihlanganise imiqondo. You understand?
And this is why we're going back to that 6.
Yeah, I understand. It's an order because
out of the law comes order.
Yes. And the expression
this order is the order of the community.
Community now. We've come to 6, which is an order of the community.
Yeah. Community.
So, yes.
So,
Shlangen. Bese-ke masuhlangene ngicela anisikhombiseni ke lento lena enihlangene ngayo isikhombisa. Okay, uyasikhombisa ke manje
lento esihlangene ngayo
uyasikhombisa isikhombisa. And interestingly enough, even the way ibhalwe ngakhona ikhesa isharp, I mean mawukhomba, you know, it's a sign, it's show. It's to show, khombisa. You understand? Sesingena kuma order yokugcina ke manje sikhuluma nge-order of environment. Sesiqala ku7.
Bazothi abalaleli bam ubhema insango wena.
Inkinga ekubi. Angithi isiqale sasho ukuthi phela lento engaphakathi kimi ingaphandle. So mangithatha lento engaphandle ngifaka phakathi
Ngiyibuyisela.
inkinga ekuphi?
Oh, hayi.
Yimi phela.
Uthi-ke manje kunye. Indawo ngiyathanda ukusaramize.
No, it's important.
Yeah.
It's important.
Kunye. Kwabila. Kwathandeka.
Thathu.
Kwathi.
Kwanda.
Yararuluka.
But because manje kune danger nje no yokuspreada noma kanjani sahlala phansi
sayihlanganisa. Manje ke ngoba ke seyihlangene ke manje
sifuna ukuthi
asihambeni siyobapha yona
ya ikhipheni
siyobakhombisa lento sihlelene esana ngayo eyisithathu sami ngoba it's my mind, my thoughts and my actions. It's my feelings, my mind, it's my mind, my body, my soul. It's my man usilasi lokhuluma awu nkonkosi yamakhosi umsulu kanyoko isendela zala amakhosi amahle. Awu silasi inkosi yamanguni.
Aba
Ngithanda le nsizwa leyo.
Nyazi, ngimthanda.
Yo. Lamazwi ayilisilazi.
Ngiyazwela ngaye.
Abesuthu bathi ke matla aboraro. Amandla weziqu zontathu. It's the powerful Trinity.
Awuboni nje nebhodo lethu linenyawo ezini.
Hayi wena. Uthini hayo. I
mean, it makes logical. Why wouldn't you build 4 legs? Why? Because bayazi ukuthi silandela umthetho. I mean, 4 ngiyabona kufana nje ngani lento ewayichaza ngokuthi ama homesteads wethu how they were built. Ukuthi it was, I disagreed with you. Yes.
Mama no abantwana.
Yeah, ama fractals like circles. I always wondered why. I mean, the square, it's very simple to build a square. Why would they go through
complicated
secular things? But when you more understand the energy and understand that untulo. Again, and I want to thank you for confirming one thing, Elasha AbaNtu. Guys, it's got nothing to do with the dead person. Nothing whatsoever. Idlozi is energy. Mawudla, udlala, uyidlapa, unomdlandla. It's energy. So udla, they're same derivatives. Yes. Yeah, I understand. So idlo. We're talking about energy here. Umuntu olele ungenaphi la. Because lento lena iza nabelungu sebasifundisa lezinto abathi ama symmetry lezi. Asizazi izinto abathi ama symmetry. Yeah, understand. The reason why umuntu azathele nangenyongo yala ekhaya ukuthi yonke into yethu la nabadala bethu balele la. Imbuzi le idla khona la. We are connected nayo le mbuzi. So masithela ngenyongo eqhamuka kule mbuzi lena. Sikuthela ngezinto zadla ekhaya. You understand? So man lento lena ukuthi idlozi abantu abalele, it's no, that's the supreme force, the initial energy that cannot be affected. By the way,
funny thing is that idlozi comes to us in visions and dreams sometimes as animals.
Can be anything.
Snakes, crocodiles, lions, this. But the fastest land animal is a cheetah.
Okay.
Fastest land running animal is a cheetah. And it so happens that it is called ihlosi. Dlozi. Hlosi. Because of its speed. Dlozi. Energy. Hlosi. Speed of movement.
And it defeats any speed that we know of. Speed of light, speed of sound, it's there, it's just present. It's there. You understand? So we've been siyenze nje ukuthi sazonda izinto zethu because really izinto ezihlangene nokufa nani who wants to associate themselves with that. So you understand among brainwash ngikufundise as a child ukuthi udlozi kusho ukuthi
umuntu ofile
angangufuna ukuyasosiyetha nayo leyo nto leyo. And izinto esifundiswe zona from emakhaya.
It becomes a
Unfortunately,
boogeyman.
you understand?
Yeah.
So as mina izinto zamadlozi, you're not even aware ukuthi ukhuluma ngani. Uyidlozi. There's
nothing.
Everything futhi because it's the supreme
energy. Le kamisho lidlayo idlozi eliphekiwe.
Idlozi.
Le nyama oyidlayo idlozi elihlatshiwe.
You understand?
Everything.
Idlozi.
Lesitulo ohleli kuso idlozi elimile.
Energy. That's all it is.
Lo mbhobho lo idlozi utheni elilethayo
convey
liyaletha.
So before siphelelwa isikhathi nje nasiqhubeka kancane nje siyoku
akithi siqedile la.
Siqedile
sesiyabakhomba ke manje sesiyakhombisa sila manje.
Shakalo bili.
Sishakabili ke manje.
Yeah, say 2 before completion.
Yeah.
Lana ke na sesikhuluma angithi
yini lesishiya kabili ke manje.
Ngifuna ukuyichaza ke. Angithi you've self-actualized. And then you've actualized as a community. And then you are expressing yourself in this environment.
Uyasikhombisa.
Manje ke maso uyenza lento repeatedly, lento sibiza isiko. Repeatedly. Isiko means now the connection between you, your people, and your environment. Because isiko, you cannot yenze isiko ngaphandle kwezinto zemvelo.
Components.
Impossible. Yeah. We are connecting all three so that they work as one. You understand? Isiko lelo 8. You understand? Yeah. Shia njena okubili before ufika eshumini. You understand?
Kusele inike manje yini lezi zitu ukufa.
Yabona uyangichaza the way uzexplaina ngakhona ukufa nokuvuka because
kusele zona zodwa.
Solo zodwa. So u9 no10 khulekani bafethu bakwethu lo muntu unebipolar lona ngizomdiagnose prescription
Ushiya kabili ukusele manje ukuthi ufe uphinde uvukeke manje.
U9 is the highest
manje. Ukusele ukuthi uvukeke ngoba uyafake manje phela.
And usazoyiphinda njengoba usho it's a spiral. Usazoyiphinda awuyindawo. There's no heaven, there's no hell. Physically, I mean physically. Because you've always been here and you are always, in fact, what you are bigger. Our elders never had ages. And I've always wondered why. But then again, if you think about it, you are repeating the same day over and over in just in different ways with new information, you are acquiring information and you are repeating the same day.
Every 7 years, you are a completely new person. Every single cell in your body is renewed every 7 years.
And there's an order and there's a reason for that. Now, numerology.
Why? After 7 years,
so what have you? Yes. Yeah, but
Nebuchadnezzar in the dreams of 7 fat cows and 7 thin cows.
It's a very important number when it comes to expression, full expression, man. Full expression. 7. Otherwise, you all talk. So, I'm glad with you, darkness and light. Ubuyela to darkness where you were created. And then so pindubuye futhi ngokukhanya kuyavuleka ke you've completed the process. So you understand what when we came up with the numbering system or numeracy, it was philosophical. We didn't just grab words in China to make up numbers. There's a philosophy. So we are not epistemologically civilized. There's an ontology. We're just not people who sit down and think about things. Now let's look at what we came up with.
Who actually thinks about things.
Yes. Because you see which yonkinto yethu there's a philosophy all the time. Asiyenzi nje.
Mtakababa.
Abba.
Hey, You've just challenged the whole numeracy system.
Including the alphabet system.
You've challenged the alphabet system.
And then the color system.
Challenged science. You've challenged, well, you've learned more towards quantum mechanics, metaphysics, but actually you are challenging your Newtonian science.
Bonke, Abba. There are things... Abba, I am me. I am. There's nothing else I can be. I am. I can't be anything else. And I'm not going to go out and look for something I understand. God in the sky, or in daughter, no I. And when we as Mopega, everything in general about creation, you see, I mean, Mitosis, Lana, they say the single cell, when it expands, it creates a daughter cell.
Okay.
So we understand that there's two women, man. There's no male cell as yet. But we are taught what male created females, according to the Bible.
But biology is opposite.
Everything. Nature is our greatest teacher. It's telling us. That's why XX is the older female and the younger female. And then when they clash, one, spaces X, Y. And you know what? That's why my mezala no.
Exactly. And this is why,
because X and X, they clash. And they will create a
broken leg.
Yeah.
And because of that combination, if you actually do the genetics calculations, because of that broken leg of the smaller X, because that one has to leave their mother and come to this one's mother now.
They're longing for the thing. Yes.
So this is why it was a big thing if a woman gives birth to a son.
Big.
Because it's not a natural phenomenon. It's a chance happening.
Yes. The original one is mother and then mother.
Exactly.
Yeah, I understand.
The original child that was supposed to be born was supposed to be only a woman. This is why there are more women in the world. This is why more women are born than men. We men are an anomaly. It's a mistake.
Well, I wouldn't put it like that. Nature ends among mistakes.
No. Nature ends among mistake, but we are not the natural expression of nature.
No. It doesn't look like it.
Tina, see byproduct of two women fighting.
Gash.
And then kwamelek vele umuntu ongafani nabo to come in between them. So mother-in-law lo kubekela umthetho, and then this is your mother biological lo mama ukuzela. So you move from your birth mother to your legal mother. There's nowhere you don't add. Once both these mothers are gone, you have the mother of your children. You never escape a mother.
In fact, Njena, there's that longing for not your mother in that sense, but
that's Oedipus complex.
No.
Yeah, but it's a longing for a mother.
Female figure. You understand?
So you never get rid of this mother complex.
No. So now it makes me wonder, Father God, Father. I mean, if you say the initial energy, initial God, nothing confirms that in nature. Nothing confirms that in nature.
Bengibukele video lana upastor. Azi upastor bani. Lo pastor lo kwatile le yansizwa maleka. Xosha abantu esontweni. Ithi wena ngakuthandazela usisi wakho engakwazi ukuhamba eseLondon wena. Upmanje usisi wakho awuyakwazi wawunganika abantu testimony noma ngeradioeni ku-YouTube awukhomenti awukhuluma wena suku thatha indoda yakho phumani ntate Maleka ntate Sibanibani nawe ntate Sibani sukuma lozandla ngilonke ngiyanithanda nezo nize nihlala phambili la esontweni lami ngiyanithandazela ngicela nihambeni hambani emasontweni wenu nonke aninadanki nisinithandazelwa yimi nincedwa yimi anibonga nokuba anitestify noma ngeradioeni anifoni nithi hey umfundisi wami loyo hambani go to your churches waxosha abantu umfundisi esontweni.
And ngiyam-understand Abba, ngiyam-understand because mawuthubheka iSintu once again lento yokusivalize lento.
Yeah.
We have a triplicity of acts. So uyacela yonke into. You don't demand, it's not yours. Uyacela. And because singabantu ke masihamba la emhlabeni sizodisappoint abantu, sihamba sixolisa.
Yo.
To show you are civilized, uyaxolisa uma uyenza into wrong omunye umuntu awubhekele. Like some people since 1994 babhekele akuxoliswa. Shows ukuthi civilization ayikho. And then kuyana masuthola zonke lezi zinto
yazi ngimzwile shem athi abanye bayasigxeka bathi in 30 years asenzanga lutho thina sizonibonisa at least we have created a middle class in South Africa.
Yeah, labo ke
umzwile minister angibizi igama lakhe.
Ibhlungu ke leyo yabona ibhlungu. That's why nje ne TV indaba sizibukele lezi zinto
angibizi igama lakhe mara baziyo bayazi ukuthi lento le izam uthi uzam uqedelela lento ogqobisa umlomo uthi ufire. At least in the past 35 years, 30 something, he created a middle class.
What is that?
But anyway, Shuguti, they're not looking back.
They're not.
They're not accountable.
They're not accountable. And the yinto egcina manje isenza ukuthi sixabane singabantu, because awunakubonga, you're not civilized. You understand? Yes. Yonke into uyaqela mangabe khona okurongo kuyenzile uxolise, mangabe kena sokutholile kujabulile bonga. Sebenza kanje, you understand?
Triplicity of
and it
our
makes
actions.
your life very easy, because yabona kufana njengane nje ngivayele ukushine namajita maybe khona into abaphezukwayo yabona ngafika majita shavere. You understand ukuthi leyo nto leyo uku-recognize omunye umuntu, ubuntu bomunye umuntu, so kuba nzima naye ukuthi awuthi ngilandele mara awuthi yeyaba grand. You understand? Because ukuhlakanipha kwabantu esibuya kubo esiyibo namanje, but they understood ukuthi lento sikhuluma ngayo imithetho, a social order. Mawwazi ukuthi umunye umuntu umbone, you are making your life easy, you are greasing lento lena man. You understand? Otherwise uyenzela wena, you think uyenzela omunye umuntu but uyenzela wena.
But now naliqiniso lakho ke mosoluphila. If you live your truth in any community, people are going to recognize you for your truth. And even when other people who come from outside that community say something that is not according to your truth, bazotaya ukhuluma mangake. Umthembu siyamazi.
You understand? Consistency. And how do you get consistency? Lento ngicela ukukhuluma ngayo through practice. iSintu uyiphile lento.
iSintu is not a spiritual thing.
No. Practice.
It's not a religion.
Practice.
It's an art.
It's an
African religious tradition.
And I put it like this: it's scientific laws practiced as art.
Scientific laws applied.
Yes,
practically.
And practiced as
that
art.
That is magic.
Nje, that's why you are able to create a better environment. Buguti, singama animal in our lowest form. But if it's faka this creativity, yabona noma ngobela njena, now azman uyathamba. It's an art, it's intelligence. You understand? So, and I would like ukuthi masihloko siya I would like abantu ukuthi sibuyele kulento siyiyo sibe nobuntu. I'm telling you, will solve a lot of these social ills, because the reason we've forgotten is khohliwe because we are not practicing. We're practicing isn't just understand what is capital. Do you really understand what capitalism is? Abanye bafuna usilethele socialism, which is even worse than capitalism.
Which is worse
than capitalism. When your private rights have been taken away from you, you can't protest, you can't do anything. And that's into uyifunayo.
And if the government needs your house, they can take
it. They can do whatever they want now. While we've always been practicing government. We've practiced banking. Lento yok pleasure lena. Masithi angale sebayibiza umthela i-tax, but that's not what it is. Umthela, it's when we are pledging things, when we bring things together. You understand? And what is banking? We are all depositing, we are pledging. So that
inkosi yethu inesibaya esikhulu so that isizwe
Makunomuntu onenkinga sonke
Inkosi, yeah.
it's banking. We've done it, banking, governance, ayikho into esinganayo. So anybody ofuna ukusiteacher iism ebuya ngaphandle, Marxist thought, do you even understand where it stems from? You understand? Leninism zonke lezi zinto lezi, while we have our proven civilized
methods
iSintu, and which can run governments easily through a will. You have to be willing and practice it.
Can I challenge you?
Challenge me, Abba. Challenge me.
I'm going to challenge you to start art classes.
If only you knew. Painting, drawing.
Art classes. Art classes.
Yes.
La. Sizosebenza la.
No problem, man.
Sizoba nama art class.
No problem.
Abantu beze bazomamela the art of living.
That's what it is. Art of living. We iSintu ke leso.
We'll sit down after this. And unfortunately today you didn't bring your book, you know?
No.
Had you brought your book, besokhulumela phezu kwento esibonayo. But here's my challenge. Like I said, an art class. Yay! We are going to sit down and formulate a strategy of how we're going to do this. Because, and more importantly, Tina Mtakababa Mthembu sibe honest. Yebo insangu lena siyibhemile kodwa namasavana nawo adlalile indima yawo. Ezwa ke sibadala. Ngizama ukuthi age group yethu
impilo
ama Jack Daniels, ama Johnny Walker, Jane Beers, ama Black Label silimele. Here's my challenge for you.
Yeah.
The number system, the alphabet system. We are going to focus primarily, priority, 7-year-old to 16-year-olds.
The best group before Moshagad. Yeah.
Tina ke ontanga bethu bazo support ingane zabo nabo bezofunda. But this is the challenge I'm giving you. We are going to start a children's program.
Lovely.
Within my institution, Yabakalipi Bokangi, I'm going to give you a space. In this institution, we are going to have an art class that is solely ipegane nawe. Mina ngizokuxhasa la ngikuxhasa khona. But kule class sizoqokelela ingane from different spheres of life. Sizoqala ngabethu. Mina ngiyafuna abantwana bazi ukuthi ukunye kubili.
Important.
Ngiyafuna mina ezami ingane zintathu.
NangeXhosa bazi ukuthi kusho ukuthini.
Kuba besingaregistera kwamanje. Ezami ingane ayo first 3. Yazwa ke ngiyazi uMthembu naye una 2. Ngiyazi uDlamini naye unalo Dlamini onamehlo amakhulu naye uyeza. Yezwa bayi2 naye. Already there is about 10 children nje la endlini sihleli la. That is sizoqala iclass lakho. We are going to see whether it's going to be ngama weekend. Because during the week abantwana basesikolweni nani. But instead of ukuthi abazali nyamaza uDlamini every weekend uyodlala ibhola uzenza uzidani ngapha inkomo. So instead of ukuthi awusihlekisa ngabantu ebholeni akalethe umntwana for an hour 2 hours azofunda. Kube ne purpose. So we are going to sit down and formulate this, but definitely, I want you to do it.
Definitely.
I'm commissioning you to do this.
Definitely. It's done.
Nakho-ke. Mthembu ngicela ukubonga.
Bonga mina. Thank you for the platform, information, yonke into eslow siyithola from this important podcast. Siyabonga. It's sorely needed njengoba ngisho. Siyabonga.
I'm very humbled when I'm Mthembu. I was a bit offended more to Temong Bona first time at you, man. Yeah, offend you hate out here. I was like hate. Would you Sengipendwe ngepende manje abantu engingabazi. But again, don't book the judge by its judgment, by its cover. But don't judge the book by its cover. Isilungu, man. Ever don't judge the book by its cover. Take time to read it. Yabo. I judge the book by the cover. Mangikubona ungena la. Ngibuza uMthembu ngithi iyo le outlet so interviewer kanti le. And this is not out of judgment yokuthi ngiyokhuluma nalo muntu. It was out of the thing yokuthi Mkhanya, are you sure this is the guy who's got this brilliant idea in his head? It goes back to us. Bantu abamnyama lento.
Precisely.
Yokuthi our brilliance is not given the proper stage to shine. Our brilliance is not given the proper time. Technology, modern, and thank you for COVID, you know. COVID is sad. I lost my sister during COVID. It was a sad period. But out of COVID, we have podcasts. Out of COVID, we have so many platforms of expression. People are awakened, you know. Thanks to COVID, we have these platforms. My only wish, personally, is that if only these platforms could be used for the benefit of our people. Because right now, mina now is Lelila. We are reaching more than 1,000 people. That's a lot. That's a lot. And all we really need to reach is 10 people. And if 10 people can hear the message of truth and change their lives, they can teach each one 10 people. And those 10 people can each teach 10 people. Eventually, yazi ngathi ngakhala.
Abba.
Indaba ungithintela kubuhlungu khona mntaka baba. Thina abantu bamnyama, thina abantu abantsundu, thina abantu bomgquba, thina abantu bomthonyama, bomdabu. Our brilliance, we put it second grade.
It's not our fault. We've been made to think like that. Asibonane. We cannot. Ubuntu bulahlekile. I cannot see ubuntu bakho. Angisaso umuntu ngawe.
You understand?
Hence I'm lost. We are lost. And ibhlungu lento mawuyibheke elokishini ibhlungu. It's painful. I literally cry, man.
Ungakhala amakhamera kubheki.
Hayi la hayi. Mangiwani hayi.
Mntaka baba ngicela ukubonga.
Bonga mina.
Umntwana enkosi.
Nanomohle.
Umntwana egazi. Ngiyabaza abakini njengoba ngishilo naye uTheodros lo ishangani njengawe. Nangu naye uMthembu la.
Singabantu kusala. Singabantu.
And yazi nginithandelani. Nobathathu nje abathembu engike ngahlangana nabo ke personally. Nina no3 nginithandela into eyi1. Yeah. Angigcoki mani namakhala wenu lawa. Mamela lamakhala engikhuluma ngawo, lalela lamakhala engikhuluma ngawo. Now this is not to be taken discriminatively or anything.
Okay.
Anigcoki lamakhala abantu abanipenda ngawo.
Oh, okay.
Nangizwa ngithini? Anigcoki lamakhala abantu abanipenda ngawo. You showed me your true you. And the true you is the brilliance that I'm talking about.
Where we started.
AmaZulu apendwe ngepende yodlame. And everybody umZulu has to act that part. AmaXhosa apendwe ngopende wamanga. And everybody umXhosa has to act that part. I love umuntu who expresses their true self, not ipende, apendwe ngayo. Mtaka baba, what I want to conclude this talk now is, ngifuna mina nawe sizibophe ukuthi siyosusa wonke lamapende esipendwe ngawo.
Nje, kumela isikhathi sakhona. Melawe. Kumele.
No, it's time.
Buhlungu lento.
It's time.
We cannot continue like this.
It's time.
We are raising children.
This narrative yokuthi abantu abamnyama bayahlupheka, abantu abamnyama ba-separated, abantu abamnyama bacabangi. We have tribes amongst each other, and we don't even have a word for a tribe. Asinalo igama elichaza i-tribe.
Sizwe, nation.
We are a nation. We are all one. We are all one thing. So ngiyacela mtaka baba, with your help, the sun can shine again.
It has to. It has to. And we need each other. Sonke siyadingana. Cannot be done by one institution or one person. Siyadingana. Cannot do it alone. You can't do it alone.
Ayiphakwe-ke impi.
Nje, phambili. Ayijika, seyamagwala-ke le.
Ngiyabonga mtaka baba.
Give thanks. Siyabonga.
Until the next time. Mhlambi kusasa ngizobe ngihleli nawe la. Wena obukele. Wena onemibuzo, onezikhalo, onezihlihlebo. Mhlambi ngizobe ngihleli nawe la. Khuluma neshangani lakithi Mthembu. Azokufaka nawe listini. Unpopular opinion, email, siyahlangana nawe. And I'm not ignoring all of those who say, how do we become part of AbaKalipi? How do we get in touch with AbaKalipi? We are not ignoring you. Like we said, send your emails. We're going to give you a questionnaire. You return the questionnaire, and then we get in touch with you. Like we said, again, yes, unpopular opinion is a public platform where we interact with the public. AbaKalipi Bokanya is a secret society. It's a private institution. As city, we are not welcoming students. As city, we do not want you to become part of us. We are saying, be patient with us, email, go through the questionnaire, bring it back, and then you will get your invite. Ningati ay bayas ignora baspenduli. No. It's just that since imisebenzi eminingi, all at the same time, the day nawe ufika uzosibona, like namhlanje siqeda ukuqasha uMthembu la ukuthi naye uzodila nabantwana abafundisa ama numbers nokubhala. We are always busy. And the books are still there. We are going to add more books. Here is a book on numbers and alphabets. It's also going to be added in the Unpopular Opinion bookshop. And more books are coming. Keep sending in your requests. We still have the two books. Time calculation, about the calendar and how we calculate days and nights. And the other book is about the story, the myth of how things came to be. The creation story according to Nguni. Those books are still out. We are going to be working on the book on alphabets and numbers, and that will be out, and we'll keep you informed about things as they come along. Asihlale sibambene bakwethu, uthando kuphela. Let's give each other a glass of water wherever we can. Give thanks.
Small.